Welcome to Refining Her, the podcast where we go into the unfiltered, unapologetic journey of refining the subconscious mind. I'm your host, Golden Johnson, founder of House of Gold Refining Academy. I make the impossible achievable and challenges solvable. I share my highs and lows, my lessons and tragedies, turning them into practical strategies for refining your mind and mastering your vision. Whether you're an inspiring CEO, a leading manager to a micro team, a compassionate coach, or simply on a quest for personal growth, Refining Her is your doorway to limitless possibilities. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to break patterns and ceilings into your next best phase. Join me as we explore the power of who you are and transform you in ways you never thought possible. Together, we'll refine our minds, overcome challenges with ease and grace, and master the art of problem solving, tuning you into your legacy timeline. Get ready for today's episode. Leaders and change makers, this is a phenomenal episode we're getting in today. I want to address this huge phenomenon going on. And this is the shift of life. Okay, there's many shifts that's going to happen in life that's really going to transform how we interact in the world, how we think, and how we go about things. And right now, there's millions, probably billions of people who are suffering from decision fatigue. So, what is decision fatigue? Decision fatigue is literally making decisions. We have been programmed that adulting is not fun. I don't know if you saw that statement, heard it from someone many times, how adulthood is just not enjoyable. Life gets hard when you get into adulthood. Remember, the subconscious mind is listening, and whatever you tell it is true because everything exists in this world. So it's so easy to point out something, a statement, an observation, and say that it is true. However, it is our autonomy, our right, our privilege maybe, to choose how we want to live our life based on the environments we are observing. So decision fatigue comes from making all sorts of decisions in life, and the fatigue comes from the place of knowing that there is infinite amounts of ways to do life. And with that being said, because we're so aware of it, because of social media, YouTube, Instagram, we can see portals of different timelines, lifestyles right at our fingertips. However, when we are not aware of who we are, the timeline we want to be tuned into, our values, our characters, the legacy we want to leave behind, this is where the fatigue enters. A lot of people are fatigued based off of decisions in their life because ultimately they don't know what they want for themselves. You know, it's like walking in a store and everything's available to you and you don't know which one to start with. And that's totally normal. That's totally fine. But let's talk about how you can transition into an abundant legacy mindset today. Let's talk about the character, the identity that you want to start feeling today. The reason why I say feeling is because it is all a feeling. When you feel like you can accomplish something, you go ahead and do it. When you feel like you can't, you don't. So let's focus on the energy in motion and how we can tune in today with that mindset of knowing that no matter what is available in this world, we know what is in our timeline of abundance. And we know that there are phases, pivots, stops on our timeline that is going to ultimately give us what we truly desire. We don't need to exit our timeline early to accomplish a goal or to experience a thing in life. We know that on this journey, on this refining journey, all is coming, all is here. And there is no rush or need to make decisions that make us feel like there's a consequence if we decide to go for it.
Many people think if they go after that one thing, there's a consequence that they may not get the other. This is a limiting belief also. I want you to know this world is just shaped by limiting beliefs. And I want you to know that abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Life is easy. Adulting is easy. Knowing what you want is easy. Everything you choose to put into your life can come infinite amounts of times over and over again. It is not a phase. It is not temporary. However, it is yours. And you get to choose how often you tune into that through the feeling of your timeline. So I don't know about you, but I'm a transition baby. I seen the before and the after along with experiencing the present. So I have this deep awareness of seeing patterns in life and within people, and I find that this topic really needs to be talked more about. I want you to know that despite you observing consequences, regrets in the world, despite you seeing the different avenues you can take, I want you to know that you can experience it all. And I am telling you firsthand, there are so much phases and experiences I have in my life that are complete opposite to what another person's life may be. Okay? I want you to know that when you apply aligned action in your timeline, it is super easy. It is almost effortlessly that you will experience that abundant phase within whatever you choose to do. I want you to know that whatever decision you decide wholeheartedly to tune into, create within, and design with, collaborate, and become an active participant on shifting yourself towards that decision, it will work in your favor. You cannot fail. I mean, I've been on my own since I was 15 years old, okay? I had to figure out life. I had to navigate life, all while paying rent, all while working 2 jobs, all while figuring out my health issues, figuring out people, figuring out my path. But one thing I always did was whatever I did, it's 100%. And I want this for you. I want you to know that once you tune in 100%, it doesn't mean that's the end all be all and that's the rest of your life. You are allowed to stop and choose that next door, that next phase. I've done it so many times, and it has allowed me to quantum leap into unshakable confidence. You have so much choice in life, and I want you to know that whatever choice you choose, you can choose another after you do 100%. Whatever you decide to do today, do it 100%. It doesn't mean you're locked in for life. It doesn't mean it's a contract for the devil. It means that you are going to tune into this timeline, to this journey, until you reap some type of positive reward, which is going to be instant. Because whatever you tune into 100% with no interruptions, that means it's going to happen in your benefit. But if you allow other things while you're on this journey, if you look over your shoulder, you look to the left, to the right, to other people, and you're, oh, should I be on this? Everyone else is doing this. No, 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 no. What you are aware of is the abundance of this world. When you see other types of timelines, it means that this is an abundant world. It's just an observative state you should stay in. Do not think because that's happening, you should do it. Because this person's doing it, you should do it. Absolutely not. Tune into your timeline because your life is going to be different from everyone else's. And that's the power that we have. And I find because I'm so aware of this, I can see things and not allow it to affect me and my capabilities. People look at other people's circumstances or issues and they say, oh, well, that's going to happen to me too. Absolutely not. It is just an observation of what's going on in life. When you are a conscious being, you are going to have the power to observe things, and you're going to have the power to intentionally create that in your life if you allow it to be. So, with that being said, don't allow it. Just look at it and say, wow, cool, that exists. Continuing on my path. Because that's exactly what I've been doing my whole life. I've never been one to think I should be doing what everyone is doing. I am me, and I'm going to live my life my way. And that's the autonomy that we're here to build. And that's the autonomy I want for you. That's the freedom I want for you. Knowing that whatever you tune into in your life for your own reason, for your own character, your own benefit, your own outcomes, it's going to work out, okay? I promise you. It's going to work out. As long as you become an active participant, you focus on aligned action, and not just action, aligned action. Action can take you everywhere, but aligned action can keep you on your timeline and bring you positive results and internal success. As long as you do those two things, the third one, focus on your feeling. Make sure that in every single moment you're in, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Am I in the right space? Do I want this right now? And if you do want it, if you are feeling anxious or worried or scared, that is energy and motion, and it will go away. But if you know you want something and it's happening, jump, fly. You can do it. You've been instinctually preparing yourself for this. It is so possible for you. So, with that being said, I hope this has given you a little perspective shift on how you can go about aligning yourself towards your legacy timeline. And if you want to talk some more about your legacy timeline, if you really want to tune into something that really will give you abundance and peace, then let's do it. Let's go there. Let's pivot you into possibilities. I am so excited for you. I'm so proud of you for tuning in to today's episode. And be sure you remember the power that you have. Observe your timeline. Observe everything is here, everything exists, and you are actively participating in your best life. If you want to learn more about how you can stay on your path during all this chaos that's going on, I want you to go to my YouTube. There's a video called Staying on Your Path in the Midst of Chaos, and this will really give you a detailed breakdown of what you're experiencing and how you can overcome it. Because one thing's for certain, we are so intelligent, but sometimes when we don't know how to yield this intelligence, it's going to break you. It's going to pivot you in a path of a loop of just uncomfortable, unneeded experiences. And I want clarity and peace for you. I want you to know that whatever's happening in this world, it doesn't mean it can happen to you in a negative impact, only if you allow it to. However, since you're aware that clearly when you think negatively that it impacts you negatively, just know that the opposite exists as well. When you think positively, it can affect you positively. Guided you into a place of positive possibility, because that's where I'm at right now. And wow, life is good and life could be good for you. So until then, you take care. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope that it has given you insurmountable change in your life, new insight and perspective on the timeline you are on. If you want to leave a review, it would mean the world to me, whether it may be on Apple, Spotify, or simply Facebook or LinkedIn. I would love to hear about how this episode and the overall podcast has changed your life. Until then, you take care and don't forget about the power you hold and the journey you're on.